Well, out of one game and into the second, here comes the Bryan Golden Bears and Montpelier Locos in the second game of the Bryan High School BSN Holiday Classic. Today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, the Daniel Van Atta Agency, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. We're in our intro now. Jump right back into it. Let's talk about these two teams and look at some information on both. It's the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip-off. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned and family-focused. The last matchup between these two came during the Holiday Classic last year and was a big win for the Bryan Lady Bears. Last year, the Bryan Lady Bears defeated Montpelier 48-19 in the first game, in the first round of the Holiday Classic. Not going to expect the same kind of outcome in tonight's game. Montpelier is the loaded veteran squad tonight. Bryan is the one with less experience, the younger kids on the floor. So, Coach Bum's counting on a different outcome, but we're probably looking at a different outcome. So let's meet Montpelier. An old familiar foe, but somebody that's not been on the schedule nearly as much in the recent years. Let's talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, so Montpelier's 8-1. They're 3-0 in their league, and their head coach, like you said, Mike Bum. One thing I want to highlight about them, 5 seniors starting. 5 seniors starting. That's something that the Bryan Golden Bears could dream about, but that's a last year thing for them, as that's going to be something we're going to see a lot. And then you're also going to see the your rebases on the team, Zoe and Jada. They're going to be two of their better players. Jada last year was all-tournament team in this tournament, so something we'll see out of them. And like you said, they're a little bit more physical than they have been in the past. They're a lot better than they were last year, so they're going to be out for vengeance this year.
One of the things you look at with Montpelier is Mike Bum, who is coaching a group of kids that he's been around. These seniors, he's got a daughter, Kelsey Bum, in this group. Mike's been around these guys probably, if I said second or third grade, that's probably underestimating how long he's worked with this group of girls. He's been very good at developing this crew. He's coached them for a long time, and in all honesty, this is the group in the year that he's been waiting for. Montpelier's been waiting for a group of kids that he's worked with a long time, and he wants to see how far he can take them. Montpelier has had some good tradition in girls basketball, and that was back when the other guy on the other side of half court was there and had some really great teams. Todd Groschine took some teams to the districts, won an NWAL title. Somehow, I don't know how he managed it, but he beat me 3 times when I was the head coach in Bryan, which seems like a pretty difficult task to mostly no one when I coached. It seemed pretty easy.
Sounds like someone's a little salty about it a little bit.
Oh, there's open wounds there, but probably more for the people that had to suffer through it than for me. But Todd Groschine had a lot of success there. So, speaking of Coach Groschine, let's look at the Bryan Golden Bears and where they are this year and how they got there.
Yeah, we're talking about 2 veteran head coaches, and head coach of the Bryan Lady Bears is Todd Groschine. Lady Bears are 4-3. They haven't played in any NWAL games yet, but kind of looking at their last 5 games, they've had a lot of close games, and they've had some good wins. They beat Defiant 62-53 in a really, really well-rounded game. I think that was probably their most well-rounded, one of their best games they've had. Then they had a loss at Edgerton 45-48. Really, really close game there. Just a couple possessions there. A couple shots fall, and that's a different outcome. Lost Paulding 40-47. Lost at Wayne Trace 38-60, and beat Sonora 47-42. And then obviously they won already a tournament. They're trying to make this the second tournament they win this year. But with the Lady Bears, like we've kind of mentioned a little bit, and you've heard throughout all the broadcasts, only one senior on this team, Mackenzie Mason. This team is led by the junior Josie Arnold, and a couple of other players. We see Avery-Ann Fisher has been really good. We've seen Piper Hannah really good defensively, and Maya Langham also being very good. But like we said, a lot of underclassmen leadership on this team, and a different kind of look than they've had in years past with a lot of senior leaders that they normally have.
Yeah, a much different squad here for Bryan than what they've had in the past. They were Montpelier the last few years with the 5 senior starters, another senior off the bench, another young kid off the bench, but then that group, that core, made the great run that they had the last few years. This year, Bryan's trying to figure out where the help's going to come from. They've had consistent play out of Josie Arnold and out of Avery-Ann Fisher. Now, who else is going to step up? It's time for somebody else to step up and score some points. They want to find the balance that Montpelier has, and right now that's what they're struggling to do. So we're going to take one more quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about keys to the game. We'll meet tonight's officials, both starting lineups. This is the Holiday Classic, BSN Holiday Classic on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Back at Bryan High School, we're going to talk about our two teams and keys to victory. We've been able to talk to both coaches, get a little bit of idea, pick their brains. So let's start off on the Montpelier side. What's the keys here according to Coach Bum?
Yeah, Coach Bum wants to handle the pressure. He's seen these Lady Bears play defense. We see a lot of, probably 2 or 3 players that love to face guard. You'll see Gabby Mossberg and you'll see Piper Hanna face guard. So being able to handle that pressure defensively. Second thing, they want to get back in transition. Maybe something they've struggled with early on in the year is when getting the ball stolen from them, they're not getting back on transition defense, but also getting back in transition offense a little bit too. And then obviously they want to identify and chase Arnold off the three-point line. We saw a great three-point outing from Arnold against Defiance, and I'm sure Bum was notified by it too. So he's going to want to make sure that they do not let her get as hot from the three as she did against Defiance.
Well, like I said, that's one of the things. Now, Avery Ann Fisher had a great game, that Defiance game, too. I think Josie Arnold had 21. Fisher had 17 or 18. You know, that's great, but she's a freshman. You can't count on that all the time. We've got some juniors out there that need to step up now and start to make some plays, too, and do some things. So who can help? Because if you're a one-trick pony, and if you've got one person out there that can do things, it's easy for the other team to take that right hand away and force you to beat them left-handed. So hopefully the Golden Bears can answer that. Keys on the other side of the floor here for the Bryan Golden Bears.
Yeah, so they wanted to defend Bum and Uribe and don't let them stand and shoot. Obviously, like we've already mentioned, Uribe's player of the tournament, one of the players of the tournament last year. Bum is a really good player as well. They don't want to let them just stand and shoot. They want to make them earn their shots. They don't want them to get a real quick catch and shoot. They want to handle Montpelier's pressure. They understand that Montpelier knows what they're up against. They're going to put a lot of pressure on. They might press a little bit. We might see a zone. Again, they need to understand that they need to be able to handle that pressure and not make dumb turnovers. And then third thing, they want to balance offensively. They want to shoot the ball with confidence. Like we saw from Arnold, like we saw from Fisher and some other players, they shot with confidence against Defiance, but they want to have that balance. Like you just said, BA, they don't want to have Josie scoring all the points. They want to spread the love a little bit.
Yeah, you got to have balance. You have to have balance. You cannot be a one-person team that can be taken away, and that just makes some nights miserable. So those were the Carlin Company keys to the game. Carlin Company Realtors and Auctioneers have been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained number one in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call them for all of your real estate needs. Our game officials for the second game here brought to you by the Tri-State Vision Center. It's been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier office for all of your eye care needs. Officials for our second game tonight are Jeremy Teachy, Dusty Gray, and Ryan Heller. So we've got about 10 seconds here. This has been the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip-off. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned and family-focused. We're going to go down now to PA announcer Aaron Hughes for anthem and starting lineups for tonight's contest. Tonight's national anthem is presented by Veterans Services of Williams County. Now for tonight's starting lineup. Starting lineups are sponsored by the Allie Held Herman Memorial Run and Walk. Mark your calendars and lace up your shoes for the 5th annual Allie Held Herman Memorial Run Walk on Saturday, July 19th, 2025 at the McDonald Ruff Ice Rink. 2025 doesn't sound right, and I'm going to get that date wrong for about the next month on everything, Dom.
I know all the checks you're going to write, and you're going to be still writing 24.
Well, I'm cheap. I won't write a lot of checks, but I'll write. I'll put the wrong date on something.
We'll take a look here at the starting lineups for both teams, and we'll start here with Montpelier as they're the away team here. So for the Montpelier, they're going to have number 3, a senior, a 5'4" senior, Kelsey Bum. Number 5, a 5'2" senior, Aaliyah Hilliard. Number 11, a 5'3" senior, Lila Mahan. Number 32, a 5'7" senior, Madeline Hopper. And number 40, a 5'9" senior, Jada Uribes.
And out of those starters right there, Jada Uribes, whose younger sister will come off the bench, averaging about 13 a game. And Kelsey Bum is about 12.5 a game. So those are the two that they're looking to do most of their scoring.
Yeah, and so let's take a look now at the Golden Lady Bears lineup. Number 2, a 5'1" junior, Ava Zimmerman. Number 4, a 5'4" sophomore, Amaya Langham. Number 11, a 5'4" sophomore, Piper Hanna. Number 14, a 5'7" freshman, Avery Ann Fisher. Number 22, a 5'7" junior, Josie Arnold.
And we talked about it. Who's going to step up? We've got some people out there that can score. We've got some people out there that can shoot it. Right now, the big concern for Coach Grosjean is who else is it going to be? Right now, Josie Arnold's got 21 three-pointers on the year. The rest of the team has made 14. And that's a big change from the past for the Bears because it's generally one of the strengths of the Bears has been you walk 4 or 5 girls on the floor, bring a couple more off the bench, and everybody had to defend the three-point line. So that's, I know, an area that coaches would love to see improve as we get into the winter break in the second half of the season.
Yeah,
so we're going to tip it up here.
Coach Bum knows that just because that's one of his main keys to the game was don't let Josie get easy threes. So
J.D. Uribes wins the tip for Montpelier. Ball's in Aaliyah Hilliard's hands. Now the ball goes to Lila Mahan. Bears are in their man-to-man defense. Backdoor cut by Bum against Zimmerman, and she'll get the first bucket of the night. Montpelier takes a 2-0 lead on a bucket by Kelsey Bum. Josie Arnold has the ball, gets it up the floor against Avery Ann Fisher. She takes a long two, short off the iron. Gathered up by Jada Uribes, who looks to run for the Locomotives. Uribes hands off to Bum. Bryan got fortunate there. Bum with an open look at three. Can't get it to go, but the rebound's chased down by Hilliard. And Hilliard will take it up top, working against Piper Hanna for the Bears. Ball's entered. Handoff there from Uribes to Hilliard, and way too easy there for Montpelier. 4-0 lead for Montpelier. Amaya Langham works now against Mahan. Mahan pesky defensively there against the sophomore.
Yeah, we saw this last year too. Mahan loves to play, really press high. She's a really good defensive threat there for the Locomotives.
You get a good look there early. Montpelier's in man-to-man with Hopper playing a face guard against Josie Arnold. Arnold will screen for Zimmerman. Kicks to Hanna. Arnold gets a long three at the top of the key and buries it.
Yeah,
she's going to look for any kind of sliver of an opening. She knocks down her first three of the night. Makes it 4-3 Montpelier on the main stop scoreboard. Not the best of shots, but when they go, they're all good, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a heave there. Finds its way into the hoop.
Bum does a nice job working baseline against David Zimmerman. Can't get the reverse layup to go. Taken away by Fisher. Gets the ball up the floor to Zimmerman. She's going to go right down the lane and can't get the layup to go. Rebound to Fisher. Get the putback to go. Avery Ann Fisher has been a really nice plus here for the Golden Bears. The freshman has played really good basketball early. Montpelier quickly the other way. Hopper gets the offensive rebound. Jada Uribes to Hilliard. Down low to Bum, and they're going to get a foul on Ava Zimmerman. Good matchup right there against a couple of good athletes, Kelsey Bum and Ava Zimmerman. The foul goes to Zimmerman, her first, team's first. 5:29 on the main stop scoreboard. Bryan with an early 5-4 lead. Ball inbounded to Bum, screened by Uribes. She rolls. Now they got a mismatch. Josie Arnold tried to switch back with Ava Zimmerman, who left. Bum can't get the layup to go. Arnold pulls down the rebound. She works, hands off to Langham now. Langham to Hannah. Hannah's going to try the right baseline. Finds Langham alone on the left block. Nice find by her. Assist to Hannah. Bucket to Langham. Nice job by those two sophomores working together. Montpelier quickly the other way. Uribe works against Arnold, who takes away the right baseline. A lot of ball screen action by the Montpelier offense early. Hopper now down low.
Already now we're seeing a little bit more methodical basketball, a little more pass and movement, trying to find a really good shot, a little bit slower of a pace than we saw in that first game for sure.
Yeah, and probably slower is right, controlled is probably better. A little bit more control. You've got some veterans on both sides. And just as we say that, Montpelier forces the ball stolen away by Avery Ann Fisher, who takes it right at the Montpelier defender. She's going to force a foul on Lila Mahan, her first and Montpelier's first. We got a couple of subs in the ball game. Zoe Uribe will check in for Kelsey Bum, and Gabby Mossberg checks in for Bryan for Ava Zimmerman. 7-4. Bryan with the lead here, 4:22 on the clock. Arnold inbounds to Langham. Got a zone here from Montpelier. Arnold at the volleyball line, top of the key, gives to Langham. Langham with an open look at a three. When I tell you, Maya Langham can make that shot all day long. She just needs to see a couple go in a game, and it'd be such a big difference for the youngster.
Yeah, I was really impressed.
Jada Uribe will take one from the right point, can't get it to go. Avery Ann Fisher finds another loose ball. Avery Ann Fisher works against Uribe's. Mossberg's got it right side, looking to go strong against Hopper, takes that drive away. Gabby Mossberg's got it at the top. Avery Ann Fisher tries to work off a screen from Josie Arnold. Handoff is knocked out of bounds by Aaliyah Hillard. And Bryan had an opportunity right there. Josie Arnold had a mismatch. So they just couldn't find her in a spot where she wanted the basketball. So she's going to check it in. We've got another sub. Miley Vollmer checks in for the first time for Maya Langham for Bryan. And there, I believe, a Montpelier sub came in. Yeah, Bella Ramos is on the floor now for Coach Bum's squad. Gabby Mossberg with a runner down the lane. Good shot, can't get it to go, and just about picked Jada Uribe's pocket. Uribe has it.
Here we see that physical defense there of Piper Hannah, always going to be causing trouble there for the opposing teams.
And she's a girl, too, that really takes pride in, enjoys playing defense, does a great job defending the basketball. And if you can do that, you're going to play for Todd Grosjean.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Zoe Uribe, tries the middle. Ball
there
gets
she is.
Taken away by Piper Hannah right there on cue. Jump ball goes to Bryan, so that'll go as a steal for the Golden Bears and a turnover for the Locos.
Yeah, second turnover of the game already for the Locos. And
Ava Zimmerman checks back in for Avery Ann Fisher for the Bears.
Yeah, that was one of Bum's things. He said, hey, we don't want to turn the ball over. This Bryan team plays really good defense. We don't want to make turnovers. They already have two early in this game.
Yeah, and you don't want to let Bryan turn defense into offense. Zimmerman finds Arnold open on the left wing, buries another three. Kind of begging for it over there, knocks down the three. And
I'm sure she would have been happy with that ball a second earlier, but she still is able to make that shot with that pressure.
Found her. Coach Mike Bum calls a quick timeout. He's got a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here and talk about what we've seen so far as the Bears take an early 10-4 lead here, Dom.
Yeah, and you look at that, and a lot of that is thanks to Josie Arnold and her two made threes really early on. I mean, both of those shots were tough, difficult shots, hands in the face, and she's able to make both of those threes and give the Lady Bears 6 points off of threes. And now we might see something from Coach Bum here calling that timeout. One, probably to cool her off a little bit. Two, also say, hey, our game plan was to make sure she didn't get those threes, and even though you're putting a lot of pressure on her, she's still making them. They might even face guard her a little bit more, maybe a little bit more of a defensive way because that zone wasn't really working. They were able to break it and find her open on the three.
That timeout was sponsored by S&S Directional Boring. Don't let old lead water lines or broken sewer laterals give your home an unexpected timeout. Unsure if you have lead water lines? Call S&S Directional Boring at 419-630-0726 and we'll inspect it for you. So Montpelier will inbounds against a little bit of man-to-man full court pressure from the Bears. Bum beats the pressure from Mossberg, and Zimmerman finds Hillard, who swings to Jada Uribe. Hands it off to Hillard, who's alone down the lane, and she's going to get fouled. It looks like maybe Mackenzie Mason, who just checked in at the break. Yep, Mackenzie Mason's going to get whistled for the foul. And we're going to have 2 free throws from the Welling Construction free throw line. Welling Construction, third-generation, family-owned general contractor. For quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work, contact us at 419-636-3712. As Hillard knocks down the first free throw. She's got 3, 10-5 lead with 2:15 left in the first for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, and they have Hopper that's going to sub in for her here. Right on cue as she makes that second shot.
Yeah. Hopper will probably go back to her man-to-man defense on Josie Arnold, as Pillier's going to show man-to-man pressure here. Ava Zimmerman working against Kelsey Bum.
Yeah, a little bit of full court pressure there from Montpelier.
Montpelier tried a little bit of a run and jump. Zimmerman got loose, couldn't get the layup to go down the middle. She's got to keep attacking and got to keep shooting. That's going to drop. It was a great move. Good help on the baseline there by Miley Vollmer. She was standing out of bounds. Yeah, I think she was standing out of bounds when she hit the ball. I was afraid of a reach there, too. But the official said that when Miley reached in and touched the ball, she was out of bounds. So Pillier will keep it underneath their basket. Bella Ramos in for Coach Bum will look to inbound it. Ball comes into Jada Uribe's top of the key, working against Josie Arnold with the spin dribble. Well, it looked like she got a couple extra steps. Looked like she might have got bumped. No call either way. Gabby Mossberg is going to try to attack, and she gets fouled. Good push there by the junior. Number 10, Gabby Mossberg is going to go to the free throw line. And she gets fouled by number 22, Bella Ramos, who will pick up her first. Both teams with 2 team fouls here in the quarter, 1:41 left, and a 10-6 lead for the Bears. Mossberg's first free throw is no good. The Welling Construction free throw line. Lila Mahan will check back in, and Kata Feeney will check in for the first time. As Ramos and Zoe Uribe get a break here for Coach Bum's squad. Second free throw, also not good. Scramble for the loose ball. Gabby Mossberg. Miley Vollmer kept it alive. Gabby Mossberg chased it down. Ava Zimmerman with a runner and banks off glass in the lane. That's what the doctor ordered for Ava Zimmerman right there. 12-6 lead for the Bears after the runner by the junior. Kelsey Bum again treats the top of the Bryan defense like a cone drill, gets all the way to the hoop, and she's going to get fouled and shoot free throws.
Yeah, and that's one thing is you'll see from both Piper Hanna and Gabby Mossberg, they love to face guard. They love to play really aggressive defense. But with a player as talented as her here on Montpelier, she can just dribble right past you, and it's not really an issue for her.
You're going to have to give Kelsey Bum a step as the first free throw doesn't go for the senior guard. Comes in averaging 12.5 a game. And we get mass substitution here for the Bears. Mossberg, Vollmer, and Mason, who picked up that second foul, will sit as Langham, Hanna, and Fisher all come back in to join Zimmerman and Arnold on the floor for the Bears. Second free throw is good. 12-7 lead for the Bears. 1:22 left in the first. Ball's inbounded to Ava Zimmerman, and the rest of the Bears clear out against this man-to-man pressure. She finds Arnold up top, working against Hopper. Arnold's going to try to take the ball to the basket.
A little bit of contact there.
No call. Been a lot of contact and no whistles so far. We'll see how that goes as far as the rest of the game's concerned.
Yeah, it looks like they're letting them play a little bit.
A little bit early.
Coach Bum is wanting the Montpelier girls to push the pace a little bit there. He said it was taking them too long down there, down low.
I think he likes his depth, and I think if I was him, I would like that depth against the Bryan depth right now as well. Little set play gets Kelsey Bum a look from the left side. 3 doesn't go. Rebound by Amaya Langham, who's pushes top of the key. Finds Josie Arnold from the right side with the 3, and she knocks down another deep 3. 3 here early on. 15-7 lead for the Bears. A chance to get back into some pressure. 20 seconds left on the clock. Good strong screen by Hopper on Arnold at the top of the key. Uribe's working against Avery and Fisher. Find Hopper on the far side. Can't get it to go. Hopper keeps it alive. And then we're going to get a foul just on some poor defense really there by the Bears. They had a chance for a rebound and weren't strong with it, and then got sloppy underneath and a foul. Going to give Montpelier a chance for a couple points here at the free throw line with the clock stopped. 1.9 left. Kelsey Bum will shoot 2. Josie Arnold picks up her first foul.
Yeah, I think Arnold was supposed to be the one there that was supposed to be guarding Hopper, but that screen kind of confused her a little bit. She got knocked down, and I think she lost track of her man there.
I think the screen might have scrambled her eggs a little bit right there, but I'm not sure she knew who she was supposed to be guarding.
Yeah, and so there was Hopper wide open there near the block.
She gets a quick break here at the end of the quarter. Kelsey Bum makes the second. 15-8 lead, 1.9. Amaya Langham's going to try to heave one. Couldn't get control of it real well. So we've got end of the first quarter here. Bears with a 15-8 lead on Montpelier. We'll be back after this break for the BSN Holiday Classic on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Back at Bryan in the second game of the first night of the Holiday Classic. Bryan Lady Bears lead 15-8 on the main stop scoreboard. Open when you need them. You're always near a main stop. Don't forget Thirsty Thursdays every Thursday at the main stops. Montpelier has first possession. Work it to Uribe's on left elbow, defended by Avery Ann Fisher, who got a piece of that ball. Nice defense there by the freshman against the senior. Deflected that shot. Ball goes out of bounds. Hillard with a good hustle trying to grab that rebound, but couldn't control it out of bounds off of her Golden Bear ball.
Yeah, and she took it a little hard there, but it's a fall hard there, but she was able to get back up, and she seems to be okay, which is good.
Little change out of Montpelier right there. Went to a trap off the inbound. Errant pass from Arnold to Hannah. She tried to save it inbounds. Not able to. Hannah's working against Bum. Bum hands to Hillard, gets an open look at three, and buries the three.
Yeah,
Hillard comes in. That was her first three of the year. She did not have one before then, so if you're going to give up a shot, I guess you're willing to give that one up.
Yeah, and Bum kind of set an unintentional screen there, got in Arnold's way, and affected her ability to get out to guard her there.
Yeah, nice little handoff screen basically created by that, and like I said, not a outside shooter by trade. Looks more like a defensive player, but knocked that three down like she's been doing it all year. Long inbound pass from Arnold to Fisher, and Fisher just says, I'm going right to the rack, and that is her best attribute. Avery Ann Fisher, strong finisher, draws a foul against Zoe Uribe's, and she's got a chance to make a traditional three-point play. Bears up 17-11, 7:13 left on the scoreboard. Fisher's free throw is good to give the Bears a 7-point lead. Great play there by the freshman off of the long inbounds pass. Montpelier gets it up quickly again. Turn it over, picked up by Josie Arnold. And she's going to be fouled. Fouled by number 11, Lila Mahan. Arnold tried the ball fake to pull the defender away, but she's going to get to shoot a couple of free throws here. Mahan's second foul, starter there for Coach Bum with 2 fouls early in the second quarter.
Yeah, Mahan tried there to get her feet set, but she just couldn't get them in time. I mean, she was trying to guard two people at once. It's really hard to deal with that.
Yeah, you just kind of pick your poison there. First free throw is no good for Arnold. Comes in as a 79% free throw shooter on the year. She'll get a second look as Mahan takes a break. And Zoe Uribe comes right back in off the bench for Montpelier. Second free throw is also not good. A good hustle by Josie Arnold. The shooter always knows where it's going to go, and she had an idea where that one was missing. Missed it off left iron. A good hustle play by her to keep that alive. Ties it up. Bryan will have it out of bounds underneath their basket. Arnold triggers to Zimmerman. Zimmerman with the easy bucket. Great screen by Avery Ann Fisher. Nice out of bounds play there by Coach Grosjean. Anytime you can steal an easy bucket on an out of bounds play, you've got to be happy with that. Bum finds Hillard again. A little bit of a tough pass to handle for Uribe's. Zoe Uribe's down the paint, tries to go off glass, can't get it to go. Board by Arnold, and she's working up the floor against Hopper and finds Amaya Langham.
Yeah, Montpelier's missed their last 7 shots, so kind of a little bit of a cold streak here, and Bryan's been able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do if you're the Bears, because that's not going to last all night. A good senior team is not going to continue to miss shots, especially easy shots. Great take by Ava Zimmerman. Now we're starting to see a little confidence out of Ava Jane attacking the basket right there. Good strong move by her. Nice spin move. That's something that she can go to and use, that quickness off the spin move. And she draws a foul on number 5, Aaliyah Hillard, her first. Montpelier's third of the quarter. Zimmerman's at the Welling Construction free throw line. Her first one is good. Dances around the rim. 21-11 Bears. get their lead to double digits for the first time tonight. Miley Vollmer will check in for Josie Arnold. Ava Zimmerman's second free throw is up and good. Junior point guard's got 6 now for the Bears early on. Bears with their token full court pressure. And again, a little bit of a handoff screen there out of Montpelier. It's creating some openings, some gaps in the defense.
Yeah, it's been really working well for them, that handoff screen, getting them some space. They just haven't really been able to capitalize off of it yet.
Hopper tries the left side. Finds a whole bunch of Bears there. Gets it taken away. Miley Vollmer to Piper Hanna. Piper Hanna with a left-hand layup in the finish. And that's going to force a timeout, full timeout for Mike Bum and the Lady Locos. Bears take a 13-point lead. We'll take a full break with them and be right back on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Welcome back out to the Golden Bear Sports Network for the Holiday Classic here at the Bears Den. We got a 24-11 game here. Lady Bears up 13.
Really good start here for the Lady Bears. Still a lot of half left. If you're Montpelier, you want to try to cut into this lead a little bit like the first game when Bowser got out to the double-digit lead and Fairview worked it back to a 4-point game at the half. Montpelier would like to do the same. Work this down into single digits for sure and get it to a 2 or 3 possession game if they can't get it further than that. Like I said, a lot of time left in the half. Bryan plays their man-to-man defense. Molly Vollmer with a nice job of causing a little disruption right there for Bella Ramos, forces a turnover. On the floor right now as we get some subs. Josie Arnold is going to check in for Piper Hanna. On the floor for the Bears, Maya Langham, Josie Arnold, Ava Zimmerman, Avery Ann Fisher, and Miley Vollmer. As Gabby Mossberg checks in also for Amaya Langham. On the floor for the Locos, Lila Mahan, Kelsey Bum, Aaliyah Hillard, Zoe Uribes, and Jada Uribes.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to stick Mahan on Arnold, which is good because she is one of their better defenders, but she also already has 2 fouls. You don't want to let her get a 3rd foul early trying to defend.
Yeah, and that's something that the Bryan bench, you want them to recognize that and maybe try to ISO Josie Arnold a little bit and force that 3rd foul. If nothing else, you can cause some trouble in the rotation for Coach Bum. Ava Zimmerman, again, looks to attack. Josie Arnold's got it on the right side, calls for the screen. The screen goes under. She pulls the trigger for a 3, can't get it to go, but Miley Vollmer gets the offensive rebound and put back, off-balanced. Big play right there by Miley Vollmer. 26-11 Bears with a 15-point lead. And Kelsey Bum again slices the top of the Bears defense. We're going to get a push from behind on Gabby Mossberg, her first, team first of the quarter. There's no harm, no foul right there.
Yeah, that was a
chance to regather.
That was a really, really good play there from Miley Vollmer. First off, just finding that rebound, something that was a kind of a weird bounce off the rim, and then her ability to, while kind of falling backwards, a bit of a fallback shot, she puts it up, gets 2 points there, and gets some points off an offensive rebound.
I've said it a number of times to anybody that'll listen, you'll be really hard-pressed to find a better all-around athlete than Miley Vollmer. When she figures it out and puts it all together, she's going to be in really good shape. And there's another foul on Gabby Mossberg. So in a matter of about 30 game seconds, she picks up 2 fouls, trying to take Kelsey Bum away. So she's going to get another break. Piper Hanna will come back in, and she's going to draw the assignment of guarding the senior point guard for Coach Bum.
And that's something you'll see Coach Grosjean love to do. He loves to just flip Gabby Mossberg and Piper Hanna because they bring to the table just about the same thing, really hard defense, and they're going to work their butts off for you for every second they're in. And
if you can keep fresh legs on a good player like that, you're that much better off defensively.
Exactly.
J.D. Rebase works top of the key, spins back to her left, and gets her pocket picked by Avery Ann Fisher. Heads-up play by the freshman. She's going to attack down the right side. And again, freshman going strong to the hoop will draw the foul.
And that's going to be Mahan's 3rd, and she is not happy at all as she's at 3 fouls with still 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
It just feels like you have nights like that sometimes as a defender. The whistle just fine. You always end up in the wrong spot on a night when the whistle's finding you.
Mm-hmm.
Welding Construction free throw from Fisher is no good. She comes in as a 71% free throw shooter. Her and Arnold have been to the line more than the rest of the team combined, and she's been really good. Again, doing a lot of things well as a freshman. Free throws have been one of them as she makes the second one here He gets the lead out to 16 for the Bears, 27-11 halfway through the second quarter. Montpelier on the offensive end. Uribe's thought about the three. A good job there by the Bryan defense to chase both Uribe's and Bum off the three-point line. Hillard's got it up top as Coach Bum shouts directions for a set play. Uribe's now against Vollmer after the switch.
And for being a post, Miley Vollmer is doing a really good job at perimeter defense, not giving them anything easy.
Yep, she worked hard. Got away with a little bit of a gamble there in the corner, but it didn't hurt anything. The Bears bring it up. Arnold works against Hopper.
Yeah, and that extends Montpelier's cold streak to about 9 shots now that they've missed in a row. Really struggle for them.
Piper Hanna with the open look for three. Good-looking shot. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Avery and Fisher, and she's going to get bumped by Hillard. That'll be Hillard's second. Kind of a tough luck foul. And that's the fifth, so now the Golden Bears will be shooting the rest of the way out. 3:15 left in the half, 27-11, Bears with the lead.
Yeah, now Fisher, who's probably one of this team's best free throw shooters, is to the line to shoot 2.
How many times now is this free throws? 7 and 8 or 6 and 7 or 5 and 6? She's the free throw line again. She knocks that one down. 5 points now for the freshman. Second leading scorer comes in averaging 8.5 a game and been very active so far in tonight's game.
Yeah, very impressive as a freshman coming out and doing that, putting up those numbers.
Makes both free throws, and she's going to get a break here. Amaya Langham's going to check in for her. I promise she won't be sitting there long the way she's playing. They're going to get her a quick break and get her back in. 29-11, 3:15 on the main stop scoreboard. Second quarter here at Bryan High School in the second game of the BSN Holiday Classic. There's your miscommunication. A little zig when she wanted to zag. Hopper took off as Hillard thought she was going to get her the ball. The senior shuffled her feet a little bit and turns the ball over.
That's Montpelier's 4th turnover of the game, and Bryan only has 1. So just giving up kind of silly turnovers is making them lose possessions is not what they need in a game down 18 right now.
Nope, you got to value the basketball, so Coach Bum will definitely talk about that. Zimmerman all the way to the hoop. Reverse layup, Ava Zimmerman. Beautiful move, beautiful finish.
It's a great job by Ava Zimmerman,
8
understanding where she's at on the floor.
Season high for Ava Zimmerman, and she has been extremely effective and active tonight. That's been good to see.
Yeah, and that's a really difficult shot, that reverse layup with some pressure on you, and she just does a really good job with that touch off the glass and making that go in.
Right-handed reverse layup from the left side. Very impressive. Nice job by Molly Vollmer. Just about got the steal, but she forces the jump ball.
Yeah, Montpelier's not happy with the physicality, but the refs have been letting them play the whole game, so you kind of got to adjust a little bit.
They wanted to reach on that, but I don't think so. Miley Vollmer had a lot of basketball, ripped it away. They're probably lucky the whistle was quick to call the jump. Inbounded to Hillard up top, defended by Zimmerman. Works off of a double screen. There's a turnover. Feeney tried to force it. Amaya Langham will go right at her, get her shot blocked. Piper Hanna hustles, but she grabs the ball and ends up out of bounds with it. 31-11, Bears lead, 2:25 here in the half. We're going to see Kelsey Thiel get her first action night check in for Miley Vollmer. Miley Vollmer has been very good early for the Bears as well. And Coach Groschin's getting what he needs. He's getting some balance tonight, getting everybody active. Everybody's being a part of things. Montpelier goes quickly against the pressure. Feeney hits the bottom of the backboard with her bunny. Piper Hanna pulls the rebound down. She brings it up against Kelsey Bum. Hands off to Josie Arnold. She's got it on the left side on the logo. She'll work to the top of the key. Swing to Zimmerman. Hanna will fire the three. Not a bad shot. Maybe a half click late. Just shoot it when you catch it. Rebound long out to Feeney. To Hillard and now to Bum. Back up to Hillard at the top of the key working against Ava Zimmerman.
Yeah, and a point you made.
Ava Zimmerman with great ball pressure right there. Forces an errant pass and another loco turnover.
Yeah, really good defense there by Ava Zimmerman. And a point you made is that Coach Groshin is subbing a lot, keeping the legs fresh. these 2 games back-to-back can be a struggle, especially with the JV playing 2 games too. It's hard to have some depth, so he's doing a really good job with the score they have of just trying to keep people fresh and not get anybody too tired because they still have another game to play tomorrow.
You're right. We see that every year in this back-to-back nights. Girls don't play a ton of back-to-backs, and it's tough. It's tough to get yourself up. It's tough to find the legs and the energy on that second night. So I think they're pretty cognizant of that right now. They're being aware with their rotation. They're trying to keep legs fresh. Hannah finds Zimmerman left side. She attacks. Gets that baseline cut off. Maya Langham scrambles to save and over and back. Now Kelsey Thiel has it on the left side. She finds Avery Ann Fisher, guarded by Kata Finney. Finney takes that away. Langham gets a good look for 3. Boy, another good looking shot from Maya Langham. They're going to go. That kid's just got to keep shooting them. Rebound to Zoe Uribe's. Hiller looks up to Jada Uribe's. Drive taken away by Thiel and Fisher. Great job taking away the senior scorer there. Swing it to Jada the other side. Spin back to her right. Avery and Fisher with good defense, and deflection goes to Piper Hannah. She's got a little bit jumpy with it. Thought about passing it. All she had to do is dribble. Got a shuffle of her feet there, turned it over. 31-11, Bears lead by 20, 44.5 left. And I tell you, the biggest thing for the Bears here is no dumb fouls. And if you can hold and get a bucket, I think life is good. Be smart here in the last minute. Don't do anything dumb. Just make life hard on the Locos. They'll screen and roll from between Hopper and Hillard up top. Ball comes off strong from Hopper's shot. Rebound came down to her and Arnold. Jump ball goes to Bryan. 33.8 left. We're going to see a quick sub here. Kelsey Bum is going to check back in for Hillard. Hillard, Feeney, both Uribes, and Hopper on the floor for Montpelier. Arnold, Zimmerman, Hannah, Langham, and Fisher on the floor for Bryan.
I know you scoffed at me last game, but I think we might see Bryan maybe chew up a little bit clock. Maybe not. They might be proving me wrong here, too. I was thinking maybe they'll go for last shot of the game.
They ran a set, got a Maya Langham the ball up top, exactly what they wanted, and she didn't pull the trigger. And I know that will be a chat at halftime. You have to keep shooting. She can make that shot all day long. The only way you can shoot yourself into a slump, you got to shoot your way out of a slump. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, you're not going to get any hotter by not shooting at all.
So Kelsey Bum works now. Gives to Zoe Uribe, kicks to her sister in the left corner, short on the 3. Battle for the rebound, ball on the floor is loose. Hannah ahead to Arnold, she attacks the basket. Can't get the layup to go. No call on the shooting foul, but I think we're going to get I missed that one. I want to call the second one call against Montpelier. So I think the official realized he missed the first call, so he made up a good second call here. That's going to put – I'm not even sure Arnold was the one that got fouled on the makeup call.
I think she just rushed to the line and said, I'll take him.
I think she did too. She's like that.
This is a very rare free throws where it's not a technical, but you're shooting them all by yourself.
You need to make a free throw right here as the first one doesn't go. Arnold will get a chance at a second one here. 31-11, no time on the clock. Second free throw is good for Arnold. That gets her to 10 for the half. Gives the Bears a 21-point lead here at halftime. And, Dom, I told you I expected this. I would be lying.
Yeah, I mean, we thought that this game was going to be a little bit different than last year, not being so much of a blowout, but a 21-point lead at half. Bryan has really controlled this game, and Montpelier has been not the team that we thought they were going to be at all.
Not for the first half. Not for the first half. And I think that's going to be the message when you go in at halftime right now with the veteran staff that the Bryan Golden Bears have is, hey, great job. You're up by 21. Do not fall asleep. They're starting 5 seniors over there. They've got 3 really good juniors. They've lost 1 game, and that was a buzzer beater to Della, who's undefeated. They're not just going to come out here and roll over. They're going to give you their best shot to start the half. So the one thing that they're going to hear it. Nobody's going to have to go tell them because they're hearing it now from every coach in the room is great first half. That one's over, 0-0. We got to show some intensity and play the same way in the second half so we don't let them back in this.
Yeah, and Grosjean's going to definitely say, hey, we got to keep the foot on the gas. The worst thing we can let them do is get back into this game early because the Montpelier's only thing is they've been really cold shooting right now. And the second they get hot, the second those shots start to fall, this could be a completely different game.
Exactly, because they missed good looks. They missed good shots. We hit some tough shots. So that stuff has a way of balancing itself back out. So I like the rotation. Like you said, I think that Coach Grosje and the staff have been able to rotate more bodies to be able to keep some legs fresh, with being a little bit aware of tomorrow. But tomorrow doesn't matter if you don't finish off these last 2 quarters, so let's see if the Golden Bears can do that. We are going to come back. We'll talk a little bit about some stats, whatever we've got available. We'll look at some scores from around the area and talk about some possible adjustments here that both coaches will be discussing. It is the BSN Holiday Classic on the Golden Bear Sports Network. We are back at Bryan High School. Bryan has a 32-11 lead on the Montpelier Lady Locos here at the half in the second game of the Holiday Classic. A reminder that today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Daniel Van Atta Agency, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and the Thiel Supply Center. So let's talk a little bit of some halftime adjustments that both coaches may be talking about. Let's start on the Montpelier side. What's the message they're getting from Coach Bum right now?
Okay, so one thing I'm seeing in the stats right now, they were 1 for 5 from the three-point line, 2 for 13 from the field. That's not what Coach Bum expects out of these girls, especially these seniors. He's coached them their whole lives. He knows that they're better shooters than that. They know they're better shooters than that. So I'm sure he's saying, hey, calm down. We can shoot the ball, okay? Just because we're a little bit cold right now doesn't mean we stop shooting. I'm sure they're not going to change anything there. The one thing I think they're going to change is 6 turnovers. Lady Bears have been playing really good defense, and sometimes some of the possessions, Montpelier's been a little bit careless with the ball. I think that that's going to be something they're going to want to do. Also, Bryan's gotten 5 offensive rebounds, so not letting Bryan get points off of offensive rebounds. I think they got 6 points off of 5 offensive rebounds, so you got to limit those as well.
I've been a little bit, I don't want to say surprised, maybe impressed. Impressed is obviously the better word than surprise. But I've been impressed with the way the Bryan Lady Bears have attacked the offensive glass, really at both ends, because there is a definite size advantage here in Montpelier's favor. You got older girls who've been through a lot of battles and a lot of seniors with a lot of experience. So very pleased so far with the way Bryan's handled that. So if you're Coach Grosjean, Coach Miner, Coach Walker in the locker room there for the Lady Bears, what's the message you're trying to get across to your youngsters?
I think my message is keep the foot on the gas. Okay, you can't get complacent. You're up 21 at half. It's really easy to kind of, hey, let's go think about tomorrow now. How can we beat Bowser? But you got to focus on this game. Like you said right before the break, if you're gonna want to play tomorrow, you got to finish the game today. And right now they're shooting 8 for 13 from free throws. That's going to be something that they're going to have to continue to do. Montpelier's been very physical. They've been fouling them a lot. The biggest thing is you can't take away free points by missing free throws. Another thing is I'm sure that Josie is going to get guarded a little bit more heavily now. I mean, she went 3 for 4 from 3, and with 10 points in the first half. I don't think they're going to let that happen in the second half. So other people are going to have to step up. We're going to have to see some more out of Ava Zimmerman, who's having a great game. She has 8 points right now. We're going to see a little bit more there out of Amaya Langham, a little bit more out of Avery Ann Fisher, a little bit more out of Piper Hanna. Those 4, and then even some of the people coming off the bench, Miley Balmer, are going to need to see a little bit more because they're going to have a little bit more workload for them.
Yeah, and the potential is there for all of those kids. Like I said, Amaya Langham has really been struggling from the three-point line only by percentage. Her shot looks good. The shot decisions are good. They're just not going, but they're going to. And when she gets hot, that's going to be big. So like you said, if Montpelier does change and say, listen, we're not going under any more screens. We're going to face guard. She's not going to see anything else that's open. Then the Bryan team, Josie Arnold and the rest, have got to recognize, okay, she's not there, she's not available, somebody's got to be available. They were able to do that with Defiance. Avery Ann Fisher had a huge second half when she recognized. Ava Zimmerman's been good. She's had her best offensive game of the year so far. She just needs to continue doing what she's been doing, play with confidence and attack the basket. So I think at this point, you're right. I don't think you make any adjustment on the Bryan side. Your only message is don't take your foot off the gas. Don't change anything that you've been doing. We're going to take another quick break. We're going to come back. We'll talk about some out-of-town scores and prep a little bit for what we expect to see out of the second half here. We'll be back in a short moment here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Back at Bryan High School, we're going to look a little bit now at some out-of-town scores. Out-of-town scores are brought to you by WBNO, WQCT. It covers Williams County sports like 100.9 B-Rock, and follow the Golden Bears all season long on Q96.5. Listen on air or online at WBNO, WQCT.com. So what kind of action we got out of town here, Dom?
Yeah, we're going to start off here over in Salina where the Bryan boys team beat them 60-58. Gavin Jessing had a three-pointer to go ahead with 12 seconds left in the game to get the win there. That's a tough one. They had a long day there in Salina. They were able to get the win.
Huge win for the boys on the road tomorrow at Rossford. Good for them to pick up a win. They got a chance to go do it again tomorrow night. Coach Parker and the kids have done a really good job this year, stepping up, being different, playing different. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, and so there's some league teams as well that got some playing. LC is up 57-32 against Holgate. That's the final. Eden beat Hicksville 62-52. And then the boys' final in second and double overtime, Perrysburg barely beat Wauseon 69-66. Boys' final, Arlington beat Wayne Trace 48-44. And at the end of the third, the boys' PH are up 56 to Pandora Gilboa 23.
Just a little bit lopsided right there. You're listening. You hear PH and Liberty Center. A couple teams from the league that had football teams that made a run. There's a lot of guys that are shared between football and basketball, especially on the PH side of the ledger there. So, probably a little bit slow to start, but Coach Heber at PH, Coach Badenhop at Liberty Center, got a couple of young coaches that have now got a lot of years under the belt, and those programs are going to be moving in the right direction now that they got their guys back and get in the flow of basketball season.
Yeah, and PH is the team to beat in the league there this year, so that's always something that the Bryan boys and anybody who supports the Bryan boys is going to be looking at as well. Getting ready here for the second half.
All right, well, that has been the second half recap and our adjustments, everything that we want, brought to you by Oberlin-Turnbull Crematory. Excited here to see the second half. 30 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be Montpelier ball to start. Bears with a 21-point lead. Some of that balance that we talked about showing up on the scoreboard up there. 10 from Arnold, 8 from Zimmerman, 6 from Fisher, 4 from Langham, and Piper Hannah's added a bucket. Miley Vollmer's number's not up there, but she's got a bucket. So right now we're getting what we need to see out of the Lady Bears. We're seeing some balance. We're getting other people contributing. That's got to happen. Right now it's going to be the third quarter. Every coach in the world loves to tell you it doesn't matter, football, basketball, whatever. Coming out in this third quarter, can you handle the first wave of what you're going to see from the other team? So can the Bears keep playing good defense? Can they play solid offense? And can they find a way to hang on right now?
And in practically every sport, it's like the first 3 minutes are the most important of the games, especially the halves of any quarter. The first 3 minutes are really important. This is going to be really important for this game is can the Locos do something in the first 3 minutes that they haven't been able to do all game, and can the Lady Bears hold their own and continue to play well for this first 3 minutes and kind of set a tone for the second half.
Montpelier came out right away running a set to get Kelsey Bum a three. And Piper Hannah did a great job chasing her around the horn there and ran her off the line. Bum's working now against her, tries to get her left side. Hannah takes it away, skip pass over to Hillard in front of the Montpelier bench. She finds Uribe's on the right block. Hillard will take another three. Can't get this one to go. Rebound comes to Arnold. And she works against Hopper, gets it across the timeline. Ava Zimmerman had a three, didn't look at it. And the offense gets set. Piper Hannah's got it up top, working against Bum.
And Montpelier's probably pretty frustrated that number 11 has been on the scoreboard for a pretty long time now. Not something they're very happy with.
Another great drive and take by Avery and Fisher. Backside rebound, Josie Arnold and Hillard get tied up, and that jump ball will stay here with the Bears. Arnold is going to inbound. Triggers it into Piper Hannah. Hannah swings to Zimmerman at the top of the key. Arnold left side logo. Skip pass the opposite corner to Langham. Langham finds Fisher. Fisher's going to try the right side. Good drive against Uribe's. Can't get it to drop, but she's going to go to the free throw line again. 2 more free throws for Avery and Fisher.
Yeah, and like you said, that Fisher's really good at getting to the hole and drawing fouls. It's a really good hesitation step there and gets past her defender, draws contact, and gets a foul. Now she gets to shoot 2.
First free throw at the Welding Construction free throw line is good. I had a chance to watch her play in junior high, see her coming up, and this has always been a big part of her game. She is an attacker, she's a slasher. You don't know how that's going to translate coming from the 8th grade, stepping right onto the varsity basketball court. I think it's pretty obvious she's been able to make that transition pretty smoothly. As both free throws go, 34-11 lead now for the Bears early into the second half.
Yeah, so the ball gets hit out of bounds there by Bryan. Stays with the Locomotives. Luckily there could have been a turnover, but somehow it stays with them there. Mahan
going to be
drives
on
to
the
the
floor. Yeah. Good first step there by Mahan. Beats Samaya Langham to the hoop, but going to call that foul on the floor. It'll be Langham's first, team's first.
I like
Both teams won here.
I like seeing that aggression out of Mahan, though. She has 3 fouls, and if you have 3 fouls, you may be more scared to play, may not want to drive like that because you don't want to pick up your 4th on offense, but she does a really good job of still driving the hole, fearless and physical.
Uribe's got a great look from the right block, couldn't get it, but in the scramble, Montpelier finds an offensive rebound. Mahan takes a 3, can't get it to go. Now they're going to call this defensive rebound here. And then the official on the backside, helping his partner underneath, saw the ball go off of Blue. So that ball will be with Bryan, originally given to Montpelier. Officials work together, make the correct call.
Yeah, that's what you want to see out of officials, though, is you want them to get the right call. And even if it's not the right call at first, some of the Montpelier people are frustrated. That was the right call, and it was a good job of them working together and saying, hey, I saw this differently. You'd rather get the right call than a quick call.
And you're always going to hear that out of fans anytime you change a call like that. You're going to hear it out of me if you change a call against us. Fisher again to the rack, and again she's fouled. That time stuck under the rim, kind of bailed out, but she's going to go to the free throw line. This time the foul is going to be on.
I think they put on 11 Mahan again.
Mahan picks up her 4th. Just a tough luck kind of night for that kid. Fisher's first free throw is up and good. She's got 9, and the lead is 24 now for the Bears. 35-11 with 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. As Zoe Uribe checks in for Jada Uribe.
And that sub right there kind of shows the trust that Coach Bum has in Mahan there. He knows she's at 4 fouls, and he's going to keep her in because he understands how crucial she is to this team.
Ball is into Mahan. She finds Hillard. Hillard works against Zimmerman. Hopper's got it right side. She's going to try the baseline and throws it to the first row. Nobody there. Turnover for Montpelier. I was looking at stats earlier today. I think Hopper is there for her defense. She's a great effort player. She plays hard all the time, but she's only taken 12 shots, 13 now counting the first half. Offense isn't her game, but she's a hard worker. She's been guarding Josie Arnold now here since the start of the half, trying to face guard and make life hard on her. And I know in the spring we will see her as a pitcher, and she's one of the best pitchers in the area.
I think that's something you see a lot of times in Northwest Ohio, especially with those 2 3-sport athletes that play basketball specifically. Sometimes they aren't going to be your best shooters, your best offensive players, but they put so much hard work into defense. Makes me think of Dylan Koenig last year for the boys team. They just had him in to play defense, and a lot of times you'll see that on the girls' side as well.
Yeah, just effort players, and every team needs them. Everybody needs that kid that's just going to come in and go hard all the time, and they're always going to have a chance to play, whether you're a scorer or not. Ava Zimmerman picks up her 2nd on the sideline.
And I know that's something in the past that Coach Grosjean, especially last game against Defiance, was some dumb fouls, some fouls that could have been prevented. And I think the Bryan team has been a lot more disciplined today with that.
3-pointer by, I think it was Mahan there on the left side, goes long. Hopper tried to save it, loses it out of bounds. Balls go to Bryan as Hopper will take a break. Jada Uribe checks in for her, and the Bears will be bringing it up against some full-court pressure. Arnold inbounds to Zimmerman. Man pressure here from the Locos.
Mahan's got to be careful there.
Yeah, and that's a situation, too. Again, if the Bears can recognize, then you can take at least one person out of the rotation for Coach Bum, helping her pick up her 5th. A little bit of fumbling the ball around there for the Lady Bears. Josie Arnold steps right side, knocks down a 3, works out a little bit of space right there and able to knock down a 3-point shot. Her 4th of the night, 13 for her. The Bears' lead expands to 28. Jada Uribe is going to try a 3, and she knocks one down with the answer. Her first one of the night, first points of the night. She's got 3. The senior came in averaging 13. Zimmerman brings it up against pressure. Ball gets deflected away. Bum gathers it for Montpelier. She's attacking, looks opposite block to Jada Uribe. Ball gets knocked away. Scramble around on the floor, Avery and Fisher. And looks like Hillard for Montpelier tie it up. Ball will stay here with Montpelier.
Yeah, and that Uribe's 3 is the first point in 17 shots for Montpelier. It's the first time they've scored.
You were right. You said that earlier, and if Matthew Clark was any good at stats, he'd have been able to tell us how long they were at 11 points. But he left and got a hot dog at halftime. He can't really count that well. So we'll just say it was a long time as Hillard banks in a nice left-handed shot off the glass. So there's 5 points. They had 11 for a long time, 5 in the last 2 possessions for Montpelier. So that's going in the right direction.
I'm sure Coach Bum is very excited about that. Hopefully trying to get hot a little bit quicker. As
Ava Zimmerman with a big 3 from the left side. Nice find by Gabby Mossberg. That's a good answer there for the Bears. And, again, great to see Ava Jane playing with some confidence for the Bears. Kelsey Bum is going to try the right side against Gabby Mossberg. Get a flash there, and that's just a silly one out of Ava Zimmerman. She's got to be careful now. She didn't need to do that, and that's going to be 3 on Zimmerman.
Yeah, and you can
Team's
see
third in the quarter.
Groshine nodded his head there saying, yeah, that was a foul. Ava wasn't 100% convinced, but
he knew it when he saw it, and he got Miley Vollmer to the scorer's table to sub, but he was a little bit slow. And same as what we talked about with Bryan, this would be a good time for Montpelier to attack Ava Zimmerman. She needs to be really smart right now.
Especially with how hot Ava's been. If you can just get her out of the game for a little bit, cool her down a little bit, kind of take her away for a little bit.
Bum with a good strong move on the left baseline. Got Hannah to turn her shoulders. Just a good, strong, smart move there by the senior. Gets to the basket and scores. Gabby Mossberg, nice find of Ava Zimmerman. A little strong off the glass, kind of a errant shot. Rebound pulled down by Hillard, and Montpelier's looking to push. Somebody needs to pick up the ball for the Bears, and no one does. Fortunately, the 3 is missed. Rebound to Hannah. Hannah looks up ahead to Arnold. Spin move in the paint. Can't get the easy one to go. Wasn't far enough away, and then she decides to make up for it by a nice reach-in foul. That'll always make a coach happy when you miss a gimme and then foul right after.
Yeah, Groshine had his hands on his head. He was real frustrated about that one. Really, really good find there by Hannah. Heaves it down, kind of looking like Jared Goff there, making a great pass.
Into a crowd.
Josie Arnold.
Into a crowd. It wasn't the Lions, though, because nobody got hurt on the play. Arnold will get a break after her second foul. Those are a couple big ones. Zimmerman getting her third and Arnold getting her second right there. Coach Groshine, I think, a little bit of a settle-down moment for those 2 juniors here. Need to relax some. Montpelier on offense, and then they're going to force a turnover there right there. Avery and Fisher does a great job of tying up. I think it was Hillard.
It was Hillard.
Kind of fumbled that ball a little bit when she caught it, and then Fisher pounced. Right, here's an important stretch for the Bears. What can you do with Zimmerman and Arnold on the bench? Can you find some offense? Can you keep them where they're at? You've got a 24-point lead. Can you keep it there? And good patience on offense.
And on the flip side of it, Coach Bum, this is his time to attack, to take some advantage of where we're at. As
Mackenzie Mason off with a 3. I don't know if Coach Groshine liked the shot selection, but Miley Vollmer made up for it on the backside with the offensive rebound and putback.
Yeah, that's Vollmer's 4th point off of offensive boards. Really good job by her coming off the bench.
Little weave action for Montpelier. They're able to kind of run Bears into each other. Miley Vollmer comes up with that errant shot. Mackenzie Mason looks for and finds Hannah on the left side. Miley Vollmer's got it. She's going to attack right side. Finds Fisher. And then we're going to get a hand check foul on Hillard against Avery and Fisher on the right side.
I think that's the 5th of the quarter.
It's 3rd on them. It'll be 5 on us the next
flipped.
time.
That's all right. I was looking at the wrong.
Just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Going to get Hopper for the hold, her first. 1:49 left here in the 3rd quarter. 44-18, Bears with the lead. Arnold inbounds to Mossberg. Gets it back to Arnold. Faked the deep 3. Swings it up top to Mossberg. Finds Vollmer. Back out to Arnold. She'll take this one. This one's going to be short. Good rebound by Fisher. I'm going to call a jump ball there. Nice play by Jada Uribe to block that shot and get the jump ball call. 1:37 left. 44-18, Bears with the lead here in the 3rd quarter. Hillard brings it up against some token pressure from the Bears. They're happy to drop back to half court right now. Don't give up anything easy. Avery and Fisher got their hands on another one, but chased down by Jada Uribe. Uribe takes a lot of steps. Loses control of the ball, but they're going to call that out of bounds off Mackenzie Mason. Amaya Langham checks in for Avery Ann Fisher. Kelsey Thiel comes in for Mackenzie Mason. Mackenzie Mason gave some good minutes right there for Coach Grosjean off the bench. 1:20 left in the third quarter. Uribe's inbounds to Hillard up top. Works off the screen from Hopper. J.D. Uribe's to Zoe Uribe's working against Langham. Hillard back to Zoe. Maya Langham with some nice defense there. Jada Uribe's works against Josie Arnold. Thought about the step back three. Instead throws the skip to Hopper.
It's really good defensive possession here by the Lady Bears, not giving them anything.
Bears just need to continue here. Don't give up anything easy. Don't foul. Even if the possession ends up with a made bucket, this is a positive for the Bears.
Yeah, killing this much time. Montpelier does not have this much time to
Uribe fires a three from the corner. Boy, that was down and came back out again. Defensive rebound pulled down by Kelsey Thiel. Great job by the sophomore right there. Good, strong rebound. Bears get the stop. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Josie Arnold attacks in the middle. Gets the ball back out to Langham. Arnold's got it top of the key, working against Hopper. Nice find of Miley Vollmer with a cut. Dish from Arnold, finished by Vollmer. 10 seconds left, 46-18. No fouls, nothing silly here out of the Bears. Ball's loose. Miley Vollmer's got it again. And we're going to get a foul called on Hopper after Vollmer took the ball away from her. The only bad news about that for the Bears is they had a chance for a run out. So they're going to have it with 3.2 seconds left.
I think.
Let's see who they choose to try the heave. Langham's got it. She's going to try the overhead heave.
Must not have wanted to mess up.
She got stuck with it. I don't think either one of them wanted to shoot it. Maya said, I had missed one of these earlier already, Coach. I don't do this twice. So it's the end of three quarters. Bears with a 46-18 lead over the Locos. We'll be back after this break for the last quarter of the BSN Girls Holiday Classic first night. All right, we are back for the start of the fourth quarter here at Bryan in the matchup between the Bryan Lady Bears and Montpelier Locos. Second game of the first night of the Holiday Classic. Toledo Bowser has already won, putting themselves in the finals tomorrow night. The loser of this game will play the Fairview Apaches in the consolation game at 6. There'll be two JV games before that. Bears get the first possession of the fourth quarter. You probably should. I hope we will. We probably should see some good patience on the offensive end out of the Bears every time down. No reason to rush. No reason to get panicky.
Yeah, and we're seeing Kelsey Thiel in the game, like we said, trying to save some legs for the games tomorrow. Obviously, you want to close this game out still, but up 28. They aren't as worried about it as they were earlier in the game.
Tell you, if you could eat this kind of time every possession down the floor, if you're the Bears, if you could eat this kind of time, that would be perfect because you went almost 45 seconds. I think we're going to get a hold on 11, and I think that's going to end Aaliyah Hillard's. I'm sorry, no, Lila Mahan. Looking at the wrong number there.
Yeah, so her fifth foul, she seems surprised by it. Even though she thinks she has 4, we're going to see maybe she does only have 4.
Hopper comes out of the game. Maybe she did, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's even telling the ref, hey, I have 5.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I'd be doing that, but.
No, that's a tough night. Tough night for your senior. 5 fouls, no points. I had a couple of those in my life. That's not going to make her feel much better, but I think I've done that before. Rough night. Arnold's going to inbound for the Bears under their own basket. 7:19 left in the game. Bears up by 28.
The good thing is tonight's a rough night. You still got tomorrow to make up for it and come out of the weekend feeling good about yourself.
Great strong move by Molly Vollmer. Can't get it to go. Kelsey Thiel is there for another hustle rebound, this time on the offensive end. Arnold working against Bum. Finds Ava Zimmerman in the corner. Ava Zimmerman kind of to nowhere. Got herself stuck on the baseline there. Bum pulls up off the attack, finds Jada Uribe's left wing. Three-pointer doesn't go. Zoe Uribe's gets it. And if Now I'm going to say this here because I can. If the first foul by 22 wasn't dumb, that one was really dumb because not only did she foul her on the shot she didn't need to foul her on, she kept both hands at her side, so there was no opportunity to block shot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's got some money riding on this. She's trying to cover the spread. I don't know. Don't let that get out, Chris. First free throw bounces around and falls out no good for Zoe Uribe's.
Coach Bum might be checking these rims to make sure the regulation after today. That's 2 shots now that have gone completely in and then just found their way out somehow.
That second one at the Welding Construction free throw line is good. He will find an ally in 8th grader Jake Arnold, who shoots in this gym quite a bit and is convinced that rim down there is the tightest rim in America. He's shot on a lot, and he does not enjoy that one. He would appreciate Kingston Cito and some of his buddies hanging on that thing a little bit in practice to loosen it up some. Ava Zimmerman tries that left side, tries off glass, doesn't go. Ball gets poked out. Hillard's going to run. She runs at the Bryan defender. Josie Arnold doesn't go, but a nice hustle bucket there by Zoe Uribe.
Yeah, and
that gives her 3 tonight.
Something I like seeing out of the Lady Bears is that Miley Vollmer has been getting a lot of minutes today, which I think is smart by Coach Groschine because they're going to have to worry about that size against Bowsher tomorrow. So getting Miley comfortable playing down low and doing some things like that, it's going to help them out tomorrow against Bowsher.
Well, Miley Vollmer's a player. That girl needs to be on the floor. And there's 3 straight possessions that aren't very good for the Bears. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a timeout here soon from Coach Groschine. Not about losing the lead, just about losing their flow, and they need to find some composure. That's going to be about 4 straight turnovers for the Bears right there. Miley Vollmer trying to do a little bit too much. Kelsey Thiel with another good rebound, and she's going to get fouled by Hillard.
Yeah, and the Lady Bears are getting lucky that Montpelier hasn't really been able to capitalize off these turnovers. As you see Groschine right there, he's yelling, hey, cut it out, slow the game down.
Yeah, exactly.
We're up by 25 right now. There's no reason to be rushing, forcing this many bad passes. And because right now it really doesn't matter, but when you go to a closer game, stuff like that really does matter. And those turnovers can lose you games. And we've seen it happen against some teams where we've lost really close games where that could be the difference between winning them.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great point. You got to remember in games like this, you're not playing for these couple of minutes. You're playing for on down the road.
Especially with such a young team that doesn't have as much varsity experience as you'd like. These minutes is really good. There's not a lot of pressure right now for you, but it helps you show how you are as a team.
Josie Arnold held the ball for a while up top, gets poked away. Avery Ann Fisher tries to save it.
There's that timeout you talked about.
I thought we might see that pretty soon because it's been a little clunky there on the end. I think we're going to get a full timeout here. We'll take it with them at Bryan. That 30-second timeout there from Coach Groschine trying to settle down the troops, sponsored by SNS Directional Boring. Don't let old lead water lines or broken sewer laterals give your home an unexpected timeout. Unsure if you have lead water lines, call SNS Directional Boring at 419-630-0726 and we'll inspect it for you. I don't know how many times I'm going to read that and not think of Tommy Boy when it starts talking about lead lines.
I'm too young for that joke.
Your dad gets it. All the cool people understand that one, right, Chris?
I think right now, if you're Coach Bum and the Montpelier Locos, you just want to get something positive out of the end of this game. It's 2 missed shots there.
I think this is one of those things where you tell your kids win the quarter. Let's finish on a good note. We get to play again tomorrow night. We'll get right back on the floor, try to get this taste out of our mouth. They've had a great year up to this point. This doesn't have to stay with you. And I like that as a back-to-back. You talked about it with Mahan earlier. Just, not the kind of night she wanted to have. But she's got a chance right away to get back on the floor tomorrow night and just be better. And that's the best part about playing it back-to-back is you get to do it again right away.
Yeah, sometimes you have to wait another week, so you have to sit with that bad performance for an entire week, and it's not fun.
Right now, this fourth quarter is going to give Coach Groschine, Coach Miner, Coach Walker a chance to have a little conversation with their team at the end of the game because the Bears have not exactly finished strongly here. That's their first bucket in a while. Good look ahead by Amaya Langham. She finds Josie Arnold up ahead. Lead back to 27 for the Bears. As you can see, 4 subs at the table getting ready to check in for Coach Groschine.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Bryan coaching staff, the thing you're most disappointed about is losing this turnover battle in the second half, having 7 of them.
Zoe Uribe has been really active. I think she's done a nice job, been a bright spot here in the second half for the Locos. She's got 5 points, but she's finding some loose balls and some rebounds, doing some good things for Coach Bum. And that's not surprising. Her and her sister are 2 really good ball players. They're going to have a lot better nights in the future here.
And right now you're going to see the reason why Mr. Arnold wishes there was a shot clock in high school basketball, as Bryan is going to try to take as much time of the clock off as possible.
Amen, brother. It's coming. It's got to be coming. Now, tonight we won it. We like this. Let's just run this out. If we can control possession and keep possession, let's eat a minute off the clock every time down. That'd be fantastic.
Throws me back to the Maumee boys game a couple of years ago, where Maumee probably took 30 minutes of the 32.
Yeah. And I think Coach Grosjean got what he wanted there. He saw about 30 seconds burn off the clock. He's going to take a quick timeout just to get some subs on the floor. He's going to be – I won't speak for him. Like I told you at halftime, not what I expected. I'm not going to tell you that at no point does a coach think they're not going to win every game. But he knew what he was up against tonight against a senior dominant Montpelier team who's got 1 loss to a really good Delta team at the buzzer. Nobody on that bench over there thought, okay, yeah, we're going to be comfortable the entire last 3 quarters of the game. We're just going to be comfortable. He's got to be really happy with the effort he's got out of that entire crew down there with him tonight.
Yeah, and we're going to see a new freshman on the floor, one we haven't seen much this year. Really good on the JV team. Brea Hepker is going to be getting in for the game for the Lady Bears. Once again, she kind of plays the post sometimes. It might be Coach Grosjean trying to see, hey, can we get someone who's going to get hot now at the end of this game, and maybe we can have her play a little bit tomorrow if we see the matchup there.
And you also want to throw a bone to a JV kid that had a good night or who has had a good week of practice. And Brea has been playing hard. I got here in time to see most of the second quarter and the second half of our game, and I saw Brea finish some shots and get a couple of offensive boards. You always want to take care of those kids if you can. So on the floor right now for Bryan is Gabby Mossberg, Kelsey Theo, Brea Hepker, the freshman, Mackenzie Mason, the senior, and Miley Vollmer. And Montpelier gets an open look for 3, and there's another board for Kelsey Theo. She has been really good on the boards tonight. Lost the handle with a little bit of help from Montpelier. Scramble for the loose ball is going to go out of bounds off the Bears. 1:49 left on the clock. On the floor for Montpelier, both Zoe and Jada Uribes, Madison Hopper, Kata Feeney, and Aaliyah Hillard on the floor for Montpelier.
I sound a bit like a broken record, but that's 9 turnovers now for the Lady Bears in this half, and that's not something they want at all, especially looking to tomorrow, where that's how Fairview struggled a lot, was all those turnovers against a fast-paced team.
Nice steal and great push by Miley Vollmer. Good finish there by the junior. Good offensive night for her. She's had double digits this year. She was great in the CUPE Classic. And we've been waiting for that to come back. So hopefully this will be a night that sparks her a little bit and gets her confidence back. 8 points for her in the ball game. She's been very good.
Yeah, she's an all-around great athlete too. 2-time goalkeeper of the year for soccer, and she's just a really good basketball player as well.
I've told her she's one of the best third basemen I've seen play. And baseball and softball, especially at the hot corner, are a lot different games, a lot different sports. But I'd put that kid up against anybody I've seen play third base and how she does it down there. She's a lot of fun for me to watch. We're going to get some more subs on the floor after that first free throw from Jada Rebase doesn't go.
We're going to see Emmy Miller. We're going to see Bree. I always get them Richmond. I always get them confused. Bree Richmond will get in. And then I think that's –
and Jezzy Kidston is on the floor. Yep, so we've got 5 girls that played in the JV game tonight, 5 that will play in it tomorrow as well, being rewarded. Bree Richmond had a really nice game. She plays pretty hard all the time as she turns it over as I'm bringing attention to her.
Commentator Chris never fails to disappoint.
She won't be able to blame that one on me. Jump shot from the left baseline for Hopper doesn't go. Another rebound to Theo. I tell you, Theo may be pretty close to our lead in rebounds after only getting a handful of minutes in the varsity game. She's been around the basket all night. Rebase goes to the basket again. That gives her 6 tonight, about half to her average. Playing in some garbage time here at the end of the game. 40 seconds left in the ball game. Richmond to Thiel. Richmond dumps it down to Hepker and finds Kidston. Kidston got a good look, couldn't get it to go through some contact. The ball's going to go out of bounds off Montpelier. Bryan will get a chance to inbound from under their own basket. 27 seconds left. 50-26, Lady Bear lead here in the second game of the night. Bears will play Toledo Bowsher tomorrow night in the finals of the Holiday Classic. Montpelier will play Fairview in the game before, consolation game. Hepker gets doubled. That's a situation the youngster will learn. Just take that thing up, especially at the end of a game. You play the last minute of a blowout, it's kind of like an all-star game. There are no passes here. You just take shots. Uribe gets turned away by Hepker. Hillard gets it, drives to the basket. We're going to get a reach. 4 seconds left. Hillard will shoot 2 free throws at the Welling Construction free throw line. Hillard has 9, a chance to get the lefty to double digits here tonight. I think that would that make her their leading scorer?
I think so,
10
yes.
points. I'm not sure if anybody else is at double digits. And I jinxed her too. I got to stop talking about them while they're doing stuff.
You can talk about Montpelier while they're doing stuff.
Now, this is a good group of kids. They're very well coached. Coach Bum's going to do a lot of good things. They've got a lot of good stuff ahead of them this year, whether it's the league or the tournament. They're going to play some better basketball than this down the road. So that is a final in the second game of tonight's BSN Holiday Classic from Bryan High School. The Lady Bears at 50-26 victor over their old rival, the Montpelier Lady Locos. A couple of good friends here. Coach Bum, Coach Groshine, Coach Miner, Coach Walker. A lot of guys that know each other there. Shake hands, tell each other good luck and good game. So tomorrow night the Lady Bears will face the Bowsher Blue Racers in the finals. They were victorious in a rather lopsided way themselves over the Fairview Apaches. Montpelier and Fairview will play at roughly 6 p.m. Bears and Bowsher to follow that game about 15 minutes after once they have the floor cleared. I hope that you'll join us tomorrow night as we go through and watch those games. But talking about tonight's game, what a great performance out of the Lady Bears. They've won their first 3. They lost their next 3. They lost a tough one to an Edgerton team that, God love them, no disrespect to them. That's a game that the Bears shouldn't lose. Montpelier beat Edgerton by 20, I think. I mean, that's a game the Bears just did not play well. They had one kid shoot it well, and nobody else did. And, they kind of took it on the chin to Wayne, Trace, and Paulding. Then it found a good win. I think you're seeing that young team, the up and down, a little bit of the roller coaster. But this one tonight is about as good as Coach Groshine could have hoped for.
Yeah, and we're starting to see the Lady Bears start to peak at the time they want to. Obviously, they're not to where they want to be, but we're starting to get in a couple weeks. I think in a week or so is when league play starts. So
a week from tonight, yeah.
Yeah. So this form that they're starting to get into is really good, and I'm sure Groshine is really happy because their ability to start playing as a team. We're not just seeing it as the Josie Arnold show anymore. We're seeing some other people step up and really great job by Ava Zimmerman today. Really great job from Miley Ballmer. Really great job from Avery Ann Fisher. Everybody else stepped up and did a really great job, and we're going to see that going forward. That's going to really help them out when we get league play.
I mean, you couldn't say it. That's exactly right. That's what you want to see. You want to see yourself get better and improve, and you want to build off the things you're doing. And no team can be a one-trick pony. Nobody can be one person. One person's going to carry us at all. Because if we can't get everybody else involved, then we can't. You can't win ball games that way. You can't beat good teams. And the Lady Bears beat a good team tonight by being balanced and by getting some production from a lot of different places. And when you're hard to defend because there's a lot of people to defend, then you're just that much better. And then we saw that out of the Bears tonight. And Coach Groshine, I think he's working his way up here to join us. We'll talk to him real quick about it and get his thoughts. But he's going to be really happy of the way they played tonight. We're going to take a quick break as we let Todd Groshine get up here. And when he's up, we'll do a quick interview, talk to him, and we'll preview a little bit of tomorrow's action.
Welcome back out to the Golden Bear Sports Network. Dom Malanga here, joined alongside Coach Groshine here after a really great win. Coach, how are you feeling after that really good win?
That's a big one because that's a really good basketball team. They come in here, 8-1? And, they've been very impressive on film. They got three really good players. And they've got a supporting cast as well, and I thought we did a great job on Jada Uribe's and Kelsey Bum to limit their touches, and we just made them work for every touch they got, and I thought collectively we did a great job defensively.
And you're talking about that defense here. We look at them shooting-wise. They were 8 for 22 from the field, 2 for 14 from the 3. How does that kind of show how well you guys played defense today?
Well, we talked about just getting out on them so we're in the neighborhood, because if Kelsey gets her feet set, Jada gets her feet set, they don't need a whole lot of time, and they're pretty deadly from out there. And Piper Hanna came in and did a great job on Kelsey. Ava Zimmerman had to guard Aaliyah Hillard, and she's a matchup problem because she's a lefty, and we're not used to guarding lefties. And I just thought, defensively overall, to hold them to 26, I would have bet the farm that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, and let's kind of look at two of the players, not starters, but were really impactful for you guys today. First of all, Miley Vollmer, she probably had 6 or 8 points off of defensive rebounds, or offensive rebounds, and then she also did a great job on defense. And then Kelsey Thiel, I think she might have led the team and had more than half your guys' rebounds. So what does that say, that depth on your team and able to do those nitty-gritty there for you guys?
Well, we got to have those pieces. We need, obviously we're vertically challenged in terms of height, and our kids do the best they can, but it's nice to have a 5'11" girl out there grab a few. And Miley Vollmer, we've been waiting for her to figure it out. She was in the starting lineup early on, and had a little lapse there, and we had some other kids step into her spot. I thought Gabby Mossberg gave us great minutes off the bench. Mac McKenzie, Mason did a great job coming in and spelling some people, and we got to have that moving forward. When we get into the meat of our schedule in January, we're going to have 9 or 10 kids.
And then you have Ava Zimmerman having a season high today, playing really well, getting some really good buckets, and obviously playing great defense. How impressed with you were you with her today? Sorry.
Well, that was huge, because offensively we thought we could spread them out, and she's a tough guard because she's pretty quick, and Piper's quick off the dribble, as is Gabby Mossberg. So we got some girls that can get in the lane. The problem is a lot of times we just got to jump, stop, and find the open man, because a lot of times there's somebody waiting on you. But I thought our decision making was pretty good. We had to call a timeout there late just to remember that the opponent was the clock at that point. We didn't need any more points, and we were forcing some things. But that's the coach and me, showing up.
That's all right, because I thought you waited about 2 possessions late for the timeout. I was yelling for it before that.
All right, one last question for you. Obviously, with it being the tournament, you guys get to see, you got to watch Bowser play before. You see their play style. What are some things that you're going to try to do to kind of attack that? Some things you might have saw, some game plan type things we might see.
How coachable our girls are. I said they had to grow 2 inches tonight and get in the weight room. So we'll see how many do that tonight.
They go straight over there. It's right across the parking lot. Just send them right over.
That's an impressive squad. They got some athletes, and obviously they want to get up and down the floor. They made Fairview, run the entire floor, and they've got a couple really nice players in 24 and 22. So we're going to have to come up with a game plan. I got a couple assistants that don't do a whole lot other than go home and watch football, but they're going to do a great job getting our kids ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, good luck to you, and congratulations on a great win, Coach.
Thanks. That's all right.
Thank you. Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow night. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll come back and wrap things up from Bryan High School for tonight's action. A quick preview of tomorrow night. We'll be back on the Golden Bear Sports Network. And we are back at Bryan High School. Good night tonight for the BSN Bryan Holiday Classic. The Lady Bears get a big win over a very good Montpelier team. Have a shot now at a very good Toledo Bowser team tomorrow night. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock, the JV consolation game will start between Toledo Bowser and Montpelier. And then our Bryan Lady Bear JV team is in the JV championship game against Fairview at a roughly 4:15. Following that, at 6 o'clock, will be the varsity consolation game between the Montpelier Locos and the Fairview Apaches. And then the Lady Bears will be facing Toledo Bowser in the finals somewhere between probably 7:15 and 7:30, just depending on how the day flows. Today's game was brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, the Daniel Van Atta Agency, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. want to thank our crew again, our director, Chris Malanga, on the cameras, Chris Allspaul, Remy Rosebrock, Cam Reesner, and John Dalrymple. Bryan Athletics, want to thank you to Nathan Keel and Teresa Kuzmal. That's a long day for them, and they provide a lot of great things, not only for the athletes and the coaches, but for the people around working the event. Golden Bear Photo, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponsack. Back at the station on WQCT, Rick Armentrout, and executive producer Chris Malanga. This student broadcast is produced by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at the GBSN with Dom Malanga. I'm Bryan Arnold. Again, your final score for tonight was Bryan 50, Montpelier 26 in the second game. We look forward to the finals tomorrow night. Have a great night, everybody.